We'll see. We'll see. What is this? That's 4 grabs. That's crazy. That was 4 grabs. Uh-oh. Oh.
Blade of Mithra.
God, he just kept grabbing over and over and over again. It was crazy. All right, but this leads to some interesting possibilities. Let me think about this for a minute. This isn't going to matter because the throw attack doesn't seem to trigger those abilities. So, this will affect thrown either way. Does it affect... Huh. Alright, stuff to think about. Let's do this. I don't know that the thrown weapon... I'm just trying to think if there's a way that I can make the thrown weapon work reasonably well on this. Alright, turns out that's a stupid spell. Don't need that. You're good. Now, which... Flame grant me strength. Does that stack with Golden Vow? Hold on. Yeah, I just didn't know. I never remember what buff type something is. And there's technically 3 different buff types. Well, there's more than 3, but regen is considered a separate thing. So you get that one for a freebie anyway. Oh no. Hold on. Switch. Here we go. That's not a very effective. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I messed that one up. Yeah, this is probably just going to turn into... I may switch weapons around. I'm not... Yeah, anyway. Let's see. Summon... Here. I missed. Oh.
I am Melania, Blade of Mikola.
I'd take Vagabond. I think you're going to learn more about how to play the game early on with Vagabond than with Samurai. Samurai, I don't... So, the whole point to Samurai is it comes with a katana. Katanas come with bleed. And it is better to learn the core mechanics of the game before you start getting used to the idea that an affinity will carry you into the next sort of level of the game. Bleed is a super powerful affinity, no shade, and it's when you use an effect like bleed, you're basically just like hit, smack, and it does like this huge amount of damage, and I think that you kind of become dependent on it. And then when you go to do something else, you decide, I want to use a different affinity, I want to be a caster. Suddenly you're not getting that bleed effect anymore. I think Vagabond, you get the shield and the sword, and you get a halberd for that matter. I would start with a shield and a sword and learn guard counters. If you can, learn how to parry. Learn those mechanics before you get deeply nested into adding in the bleed mechanics. Like this build that I'm using right now is very dependent on bleed. And that's fine. I'm level 400 something, and this is just a boss that gets ridiculously hard at in the more advanced playthroughs, 7+. And when I'm switching back to the Blasphemous Blade, this one, I'm kind of falling back on what is probably the most powerful weapon in the game all around. And it's because I know that this method will win, as long as I, don't do stupid things, which I do all the time. Yeah, even if you only get used to the guard counter, and not so much into parry, because it's hard to learn to parry with that shield, although it's a decent shield at it. I would learn that first. It's better, I think, to learn sort of the core base foundational stuff in the game, and then build up from there. And one more thing. There are no classes in the game. There's a starting kit. It's just what stats you have when you start and what gear you have when you start. The moment you walk into the game, class disappears. You just are someone with a set of stats, with these classes, whatever. This character right here, I can flip between, with these stats, I can choose to be almost any build that I want that's not intelligence-based. This is the only stat I have that is low enough I can't do it. I can be a pure incantation, I can be lightning, I can be any one of a number of builds that are all based around various stats. I would just focus on learning foundational stuff in the game and just have fun. Go to every cave, walk over every inch, kill everything that gets in your path. All the feathers, all that stuff. You're not going to use them immediately, but you will use them. All right. Not really. There's actually only one true throwing weapon. And I'm using it. Well, not for this playthrough. Well, not for this fight. But there really is only one true throwing weapon. There are weapons that have an attack that are thrown. But that's not really the same thing.
of Mikola.
Okay, so let me rewind and attempt to answer that question differently. Yes, very likely there are thrown weapons that will do some amount of poise damage. Mesmer Spear, for example. But that's a really strange, again, it's a weapon that has an attack that is thrown. It's not technically a throwing weapon. Got it here somewhere. Spear the Impaler. When I say Mesmer Spear, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, and... So, here, let me... First, I have to see if I can use it. Alright, Mesmer Spear. So, Spear of the Impaler has this attack. And that's actually a decent... I think that's got a little bit of a stance break. And then, what I really want... That's not very good. Oh, you know what? We can make at least one more change. There we go. No.
Consumed by the scarlet rot.
All right. Yeah, I don't think the stabby is going to do much good. What I can do... There is a trick. It's actually not a trick. One might almost call it dirty pool. And it's this. Flies. Ghost Flame. Alright. Bizarre combination. And... Guy's healing a lot. It's finally frosty. frost is not building up. Usually a couple of those and frost will, like, land. Pew! Alright, Ghost Flame may not be the ideal one to use. Change from Ghost Flame to Mist. Maybe that does more frost buildup? I don't know. Ow! I'm dead.
Let your flesh
Ah!
by the scarlet rot.
I'm level 426. What if I... Alright, I'm going to try something a wee bit different. I have a check name. Yeah, it does. pulling this guy in as a caster. Wow.
Blade of Mikola.
Yeah, I'm gonna dump the frost. It's a good question. A good answer. All right. And this is really magma. It's just for the sword, and this is for the sword. I'll try summoning the caster style again. It's a trade-off, because the Blasphemous Blade will heal the wielder, which is good for the Mimic. At me. Ah, that was a mistake. Oh no! Oh, I went to drink instead of leaving my shield up. Bleh. Oh, that was a good one too. The tier Mimic was like full health. Ah. Okay, so I'm going to make a couple small changes because I'm coming nowhere near using all the health in my flask. And I'm actually going to crank fire. Oi! Kale! A little hair longer. That's for me. Ah. Heal yourself. Ah, hell. Isn't that funny? How you can go from one... You can go from one playthrough where the tier is like max health, and then another one where he dies in phase 1.
I am Melania, blade of Mikola.
There was the first redo, what, 20, 30 minutes ago, whatever. She did the grab and stab on my Mimic 4 times in a row. It was crazy. That's not what I meant to do. That's okay. Get rid of you. Yeah. 11. What I really got to do is just get her out of this phase as fast as possible. Ah, dang it. Ah, crap. What is up with all these waterfowls? No, damn it.
Let your flesh be consumed by the scarlet.
So, oh, this is like a giant pile of randomness. Okay, so the intent of the build for the entire rest of the playthrough has been throwing knives. It seems very unrealistic to do her that way. If I go back, it's been throwing knives and frenzied flame. She doesn't take any special damage from frenzied flame, it seems. And so that's a bit of a disappointment. So there's a, well, heal from afar doesn't heal, it does plenty for me, it doesn't do much for the mimic. But I've done this playthrough a few different ways. The advantage of Blasphemous Blade is your mimic will use it to heal itself. But hey, Jorge. I may not actually be able to. No, I should be able to use it. I don't need int. Why not? Pops me to heavy load. That's the only drawback. So this would need to go... Will this work? Yep, that'll get me to medium. Yeah, give it a try. Why not? See what happens. Yeah. In fact, I'll even summon my helper with it. Yeah, that's the drawback.
Blade of the Reckoner.
I've beaten her 20, 30 times, all with various different builds. We'll get this. No worries. This will happen. Dang it. Why? Did you see that? He just took 2 of his healing items for no reason. Right, so why take the healing item? Those heals a tiny little pulse. I got greedy, damn it. Oh, shit.
Let your flesh
No!
be
Ah!
consumed by the scarlet rot.
I would have had that, too. Oh!
Your
Oh!
strength.
Oh! I'm not going to get credit for it. It's right there. Yeah, I got super greedy. I was feeling it. That was dumb. All right. Now, one change that I can make that might actually be useful is this. No, I'm liking all those spells. Is this. Instead of flame, I'll go to stance breaking. What? I screwed up.
Let your flesh be
I screwed up.
consumed by the scarlet rot.
No, what do you mean? The shield? I use the shield all the time. I think I may be using it when you don't realize I'm using it. I totally screwed that up. There's a million combinations. They're not bad suggestions. Here. I have this. Ow. No. Oh, where's it going?
Let your flesh be consumed by the scarlet rot.
So this is one of the things that I don't understand. Sometimes when you have something targeted, you bring your shield up, and this is what I was trying to do. You're supposed to run backwards. Hold on. I need to think about that for a second. Yeah, I'm not using any... I was using fire attacks previously. Good call, Grey Knight. I never know which one to use. Ghost Flame, Icy Breath. What if I summon my helper as a caster? This sounds like fun. Let's give that a try. Go, run, what? Yeah, the when you do, I've had pretty good luck with a mimic. When I do him as a spellcaster, as a melee, I don't think they make the best melee choices, but as a caster, they actually make decent choices. I, on the other hand, make very questionable choices, get entirely too greedy, and blow the game for myself. But that's a whole different conversation. Hold on, one more thing. Oh, I didn't need to run back for this. Since we're back to... Oh, ha ha ha, even better, hold on. Ha ha ha, now we're talking. All right. I'm sorry, you wanted to be up against the wall? Oh, shield wasn't up.
By the scarlet rot.
Yeah, I just gotta... Yeah. I just gotta play smart. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, that's gonna be a mistake. Oh, nope. Don't need to be there. You need to be here. No, I'm locked. Ah!
By the scarlet.
Why did I roll? That was not supposed to roll. I rolled into the damn flower. And then I got locked in the animation. I don't know why it rolled first. That's life. Yeah. The other one that's really amusing is here. Actually, I'm gonna do this once just so that you can see the absolute hilarity that is the Big Mouth Imp. Watch this. Oh, now the drawback is he ain't got no hit points. Anyway, he's I've had some fights where just because of my positioning when I was a caster and like getting us on either end of her, he just kept knocking her down. It was funny. Not going to do that again. Don't worry. All right, let's go back and do this again. Let's do it again. Oh. Oh, she's frosty now. No! Yeah!
By the scarlet rot.
Yeah. No, that was greed. So my one flaw with this weapon is I get very greedy with its use. And there are attacks that she does that I can't knock her out of. Not with this weapon, anyway. So, yeah. It's fun, right? If it wasn't fun, I walk away. And I come back later. Let's see. All right. Ooh, a 3D heal. Oh, perfect timing for her.
Your strength. Extraordinary.
And when it works really well.
The mark of a true
Well,
lord.
okay. I think she's the second hardest boss in the game. I think Consort Radahn is the hardest boss in the game.
Dear
But I want to add. Thank you. I want
dearest
to add
Nicola,
a
my
a
brother.
piece to that
I'm sorry.
that I believe is
I finally met my match.
well. All right. I want to qualify that statement. This game. Well, I'm streaming on YouTube. I don't have a channel separate from that. Now, hold on. This is something I've actually never done before. I've gotten the stone, but I've never done the needle. Well, okay, I take it back. I've done this once or twice before. But, well, I mean, I've one-shot her before. Not like killed her in one hit. My two claims to fame on Millennia are these. One, on, I think it was New Game 3 or New Game 4, I killed her the first time I walked into the room using a magma build. And Telu as my companion. And I did not expect that to work, and it actually worked extraordinarily well. It was luck, but not like just unbelievable luck. It turns out that it was a highly effective method to killing her. My other claim to fame is I built up a Comet of Azure build where I killed her in Phase 2 with one cast of a spell. Everything, the stars aligned. I got, just before Phase 1 ended, I took my flask. I was in a position where I could put the thing on the ground. I had all my buffs had just been renewed. My Mimic is the one that, wasn't Mimic. My Helper was the one that killed her. And then, basically, I ran right onto my spot, immediately spun around, switched to Lusat's staff, and just, and dead. All in one, like, health bar just went chunk, 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 fight over. She never even finished the flower move. But it took, like, the full alignment of everything perfectly. Here's the deal. Consort Radahn is punishing. Any developer can make a boss that spends 95% of its time doing nothing but attack, 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 at a speed that that's strong enough that it breaks poise and guard. Unless you do a build like this, basically. With attacks that are just fast enough that you can't get skills off very easily. And with a super high defense. And just immune to almost everything, almost every aspect that there is. Any developer can do that. That makes a fight harder in, like, the generic concept of harder, but it just is infuriating. This fight has a lot more finesse in it, and I really throw a lot of honor on people who know her moveset, who have the timings down and everything. But remember, once you get there, then any fight is trivial. Any fight is trivial if you know everything to do at the right time. Then it's just a matter of walking into the room, do the things you're supposed to do, and then walk away from the room. There's nothing interesting or hard about that. That's not like a special thing. It's amazing to get to that point, but it's like, hey, congratulations, you're doing something that like anybody could do. Okay. So now back to the previous build. We do this, we do... What was the other stuff? And here's the thing. I beat her before all the nerfs were put in. And I beat Radon before all the nerfs were put in. I didn't get to Radon before they put the first nerf in. But the fights are genuinely hard. It is... I believe, for me, and I hate that phrase, for me? Anyway, for me, what it is ultimately to make these games fun is playing a build that is amusing. That's the build that I've been playing. I'm not going to bother trying to beat Millennia with the Smith's Griff dagger. I'm sure somebody can do it. But it's going to be somebody that knows, like, exactly. 10 minutes later, yep. Phase 1 is done. Phase 2 begins. This is exactly the movement. The people that beat Pac-Man originally literally learned what the moveset was on the screen, and you could do it with your eyes closed. Literally, you could play this game with the eyes closed because you just... And then you'd clear the whole map. You didn't even have to look at what was going on because there was a fixed series of motions that the ghosts would do in that game. Mad respect to people who can just see these things happening. I can't, for the life of me, parry any mob that has any, like, difficulty to its parry. I can't. I try. I just can't. Hold on. Trying to remember all the things I put in there. Oh, yeah, I want that. Oh, of course. Yeah. And it's not that. It's that. Okay. Now, spells. I'm not... There comes a point to me when a game is just not... I don't know. I just don't enjoy punishment. You know, I've beaten Consort Radon in a couple tries on one playthrough, and on another playthrough it took me 100. 200 probably. My last playthrough, I intentionally did it with helpers. I summoned him. I fought him intentionally in the harder mode. All right. No. Laser. What's weird to me also is that all these other spells are kind of yucky. So let's get multicolor rings of light in there. Yeah, I don't like that. All right. So my intent is to do the Frenzied Flame thing. Oh, which reminds me. Wait. Okay. For those that haven't seen it, I'm actually about to do the Frenzied Flame. And then I'm going to cure it. But you have to burn the tree first. Alright, check it. First, you have to go in neckies. For anyone who hasn't seen it before. Yep, I choose madness. Don't worry, I just got the thing to cure madness. So it won't even be the madness ending. The tree will burn with madness, but I won't actually complete the game with madness. Madness. Okay, theory. You've got the 2 fingers and the 3 fingers. I think the 2 fingers are these. What are we doing here? Here we go. I think the 2 fingers are these 2 fingers. And I think the 3 fingers are these. So for those that haven't seen the cutscene, there you go. So gross. The glowing eyes is awesome, though. All right. Back to it. Wait, hold on. Why are we heavy load again? Okay. All right. That takes care of that. Now we've got that. Hold on. Castle Soul. Check this out. I haven't. Now that I have one worth duplicating. For runes, that is. Alright, let's see. Freezing Lake. Yeah, I think Ronnie has the best ending in the game. Come on, Tish. Oh, that was too quick. What's Tish doing? Come on, Tish. Step up. Let's see. That one did not work out well. Oh, and... yeah. What? No, no. What? What? Nope, not quite in range yet. Nope. No! I didn't notice my health bar was so low. Ah. It's the frost damage. Blah. Oh, and duh. Oh, she's all kinds of mad now. Watch this.
You have inherited the frenzied flame. A pity. Our journey. And remember, should you ride, I will kill you. Such is goodbye. Goodbye.
She mad. Try that again. Oh. Oh yeah, they did an incredible job with the dragons. I agree, Grey Knight. Except Bale. Screw that guy. Oh, geez, I don't even know. Too many. Whatever that number is, it's too many. Oh, I didn't get him. Bastard. What? Did I hit him? I did. More try. Now I got him. Nope. Damn it. Uh-oh. So this character, I think, has about 550 hours, give or take. What do you mean? I mean... Oh, okay. So let me give you a challenge that may help. This is something that actually helped me a lot. Someone gave me a challenge. They didn't realize that they were giving me a challenge that would provide me assistance in being better at the game. By the way, I already have that, Hama. It's once you've given the crone, once you've given her the bearing, you'll keep it through every playthrough. Why? Yep. So, oh well. I mean, a rune level 1 challenge is well beyond anything that I would do. That's an excellent challenge. My challenge is actually a bit simpler, but what it did was it forced me to learn to play the game better. I didn't ultimately finish the game with it, but I got pretty damn far. Although one might argue that I go back to that style to win the game now, to beat Consort Radahn. So it's actually very simple. You play a knight, and you are only allowed to do things that a knight would do, use armor that a knight would use spells that would be a knightly spell. So basically, you're limited to blessings and like Golden Vow, blessings, vows, heals. Those are all okay. And basically, none of these other ones are okay to use. You can't use any spells for anything offensive, except, now there's one exception. There are a number of things that you can do which would be recreatable in sort of a real-life medieval Europe. You're allowed to poison your sword. You're allowed to put fire on your sword. You could dip it in pitch and swing it around that way. But you can't use frost. You can't use bleed unless the weapon comes with it automatically. You can't pick affinities that are not something that could really happen. So a fire affinity is fine. But any of the magical Ashes of War, not allowed to use those. So you can't do, like, a Sacred Blade is an exception to that, right? Because it's something you'd be like, foul undead be gone, whoosh, whatever, right? But summons, you're allowed to use summons, but only summons that would qualify as a knight. So it's a realistically knight playthrough. Yeah, it's broadsword, any of the straight swords. In theory, the Smithscript dagger would be legal. Blasphemous blade would not. It's a magical item. If you use it, you couldn't use any of its abilities. Let's see. Oh, I don't have most of them. So stuff like the rapiers, generally okay. But as you fade further away from normalcy and into magically imbued, instead of something, like I said, you could sort of dip. It depends on the sword, but yes. So like Bolt of Grand Sax, big no-no. Pike would be fine. Blood Pike, not so much. Because it gives you health back. And what it did was it forced me to learn to play a more melee-oriented game where I had to basically use my shield as a shield, etc. I thought it was a pretty interesting challenge. And I got much better at critical aspects of the game because I did it. So, I thought it was an interesting playthrough design. And like I said, for someone, I've always played casters. So because I've always played casters, doing that made it more doing it that style, it forced me to learn things like guard counters. And here's the thing, I have now, like, I've been using guard counters now like crazy, and when I'm doing melee stuff, and I've now run into people who are on their like 6th, 7th, 8th playthrough, and they don't know what a guard counter is. Which I can't say is crazy to me, because I didn't know what a guard counter was till like my 7th playthrough. 3rd or 4th playthrough, sorry. When I took that challenge on. Oh, I did not. I need to go tag Alexander. Now this is funny. That bird, I don't know if you've ever paid attention. Splat! That hand. So, I knew how to parry, I just wasn't good at it. And there are mobs I can parry pretty easily, most mobs I cannot. I follow the rules, and I think my timing is good, but apparently when the window is not when the window is. Or at least not when I would have thought. Let's see. Alright. Wait, maybe I did tag Alexander. Hold on, I need to see where this is. I may actually have... Now I don't know. Well, we'll know in a minute. If there's a dragon here, I have not visited Alexander. Pop that for a mushroom. Nope, I have not fought Alexander here yet. Go, go, go! Owie, owie. The other thing also is that there are people who you go to their streams and they're like, if you want to play Elden Ring, you know, the first thing you should do is get these items. And then they send them to go get Rock Sling and the staff, the Meteorite staff, which they're not wrong, but you're not going to learn anything casting Rock Sling, although it's damn effective.
I hardly think I've been... Take it. I won't be able... Perhaps there's an old... Above the... There's an old... Above the lofty...
Alright. That takes care of that.
There's an old... Above the loft...
Alright. Now... we'll go back here. Alright, sorry. Got distracted. I am... Okay. I'm debating... Yeah. Now, there's no reason for me to... I haven't even been using this correctly. So, the point is when I trash clear, I put this on my back, and it gives me healing as I kill stuff. Obviously not terribly useful for this coming fight. This sure will be. Alright, what else? Alright, let's go kill a fire giant. Wait, is this the one Alexander's in? Oh, we're about to find out. Yes, he is. Ow! Bastard. What? Lies. Ah. Oh, get away from me. Big ball of fire. Ah, we both had the same idea at the same time. Is he rotten? Oh my god, how is he not rotten? Yow! Ow, ow, ow! No, no! Ah. Good lord. How is this guy alive? I'll take it. Oh yeah, it's awful. It's not intended to be a good build. It's intended to be fun to play. Which, by the way, it is. Oh yeah. I was referring to yay hey. It's actually a really bizarre build, mostly. Alright, so here's the question. 200,000, give or take. That may not be enough. So, one thing that in all my playthroughs across the board that I've never done is undo Frenzied Flame. So, that's actually what I'm doing. That's the only reason I picked up Frenzied Flame. Level up. 20,400. That's what I need. That's hilarious. 20,400. Well, let's get the 400. And 20,000. You can. Absolutely. I'll show you. That's what I'm doing. I know the path to end it. I just never did it before. I can have like 25 runes when I'm done. Level up. Endurance. 23. That's like 25. I have 23 runes. Alright. Listen to the sound of the flame. So because this is a pretty rare ending, I will play the cutscene just so people have a chance to see it. Yeah, you do it in Placidusix's arena. And then Burning Tree. Don't need to see this one. I think it's you die and then you wake up someplace else. That's always been my read on it. All right, so now I want to go back to this and I want to get rid of that. All right, check this out. This is where stuff gets fun. Whoops. Nah. Whoops. Alright, that actually did not go the way I wanted it to. So when I threw that, I didn't expect to wake up the third guy. Oops. That was awesome. Do I start in the same spot? Alright, thank God. At least you start here. I always wondered what would happen if you didn't make it to the first thing. There's someone with a bolt of Gransax. What a weird build. Using the maiden's clothes, but the bolt of Gransax. Yeah, this is new game 11. Alright, this may be tougher than I thought. So, it's a fair question. There's only one weapon that's actually a thrown weapon. There are lots of other weapons that have an attack within them that can be thrown, but they're back swords or curved blades or whatever, right? This is actually a thrown weapon. There is no mode that it's used that is not thrown. So the Smith's Grip Dagger is specifically a throwing blade. I'm pretty sure any others is going to be in one of these categories. Like, Spear the Impaler. You can throw it. It's one of its attacks. But I'm pretty sure this is the only one that's in this category. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because that happens. These guys, this is what I was worried about. If I can't kill them before they get to me, there's no defense to these at all. Not really. And the thing is that if I use like this, I don't even know if there's a backstab mode for these. At least there's that. There we go. That's more like it. But then I get fights like that dragon. Like, how am I supposed to do that? What? I jumped. Ah, stupid lightning. Yeah, it's, I don't know if I have them. Well, I mean, I have them in the bank, I'm sure. But, no, I forgot to do that anyway. Yeah, there's a, these Claws of Night, I assume is what you're talking about. Oh! Oh, I jumped. The right application of goodies. Hey, have a good one, Christmas Fire Giant. Be awesome. See you next time around, man. Dragon Wound Grease. once those guys get loaded in. That's how it should look. Oh, you bastard. Nope. Oh, all right. probably out of range. Oh, guess not. Wow. I'm genuinely surprised. Nothing in there. What? I hate it when it does that. Hitting in like some random faraway place. Why? Maybe? Nah. Now, can I get back over there? I don't think so. Nope. That was funny. Make it to those stairs? I can. Now that's interesting. Uh-oh. survive. Damn it. Like, I keep over and over and over again trying to get my shield back on, and it's just, like, not... The only thing it's letting me do is not put my shield back on. That's what I want. I wanted my shield. Ah. Alright. Try that again. What? Oops. Yeesh. Nope. Ha. Oh, how did this? What? No way. No. All right. Oops, I screwed up. Okay. I don't know if you can hear my fingers clacking, but I was doing more than just standing there waiting for this guy to kill me. Whatever. Alright. I want to get through this without too much pain and suffering. So we are going to... there. Alright, so this is where shit gets interesting. At least for the moment, I definitely do not want this anymore. But I definitely want that. But let me see. Definitely take Bernal as a helper. Nice. that again. Hey, Bernal, how about you do something? Ow, I should have seen that coming. Rock and roll. Miami metal, baby. Boop. Alright, I'm going to end on Godskin Duo. I gotta get some lunch, get some real world stuff done. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the follows. I enjoy all the little things that people send my way. They are indeed appreciated. I hope that you have been amused. Be awesome, and I will see you all later.